What's going on, guys? Radio Repeater here, and today I want to talk to you guys about Shazam: Fury of the Gods. Now, the first Shazam movie, I really enjoyed the first one. It's one of my favorite DC movies. I think the first Shazam movie is actually really great. But unfortunately, with this one, the marketing looked really bad. Like, this movie has some atrocious marketing. It shows a lot of things that it shouldn't have. It shows Wonder Woman. It shows a lot of things that happen towards the end that they probably shouldn't have shown. And the trailers themselves, they were just really whack. So I was not looking very forward to this, which is disappointing because, like I said, I enjoyed the first one so much. Now, what's so bad about this one? I don't know if I use the word bad exactly. I would take this movie over Ant-Man 3 or Black Adam any day. One of the things I really enjoyed about the first Shazam is the whole family aspect. Like, it didn't feel like they just wanted a whole bunch of punchy, crazy CGI action. It felt like they wanted to tell more of a personal story about family, something more interesting in superhero films. And that's one of my favorite parts about it. And they do it again here in this, which I really enjoyed. It's one of my favorite parts of this movie as well. It's the whole thing with the family. They'll have a really good relationship together. These people really feel like they're actually living together. It feels real. It feels important. You care about these characters. So I really appreciate that about this film. It sort of separates the Shazam movies from every other superhero movie where they just want to punch the bad guy 20 times. This movie has more emotion and heart into it. Speaking of action, the action in this movie is fucking trash, which is crazy because you have a character who is as strong as Superman, essentially, with all the similarities in their powers. Only Sam can shoot lightning from his fucking fingertips, and so many other cool things. But yeah, I never felt like it was really used. I feel like they really didn't show much of his powers. He felt pretty nerfed, like he just kind of flies around. Like most of the powers he uses throughout the film is just he kind of just flies around. He never actually really punches anything or uses his electricity, anything of that sort. So that was kind of disappointing, because most superhero films, they at least have one or two really great action scenes. This one, not so much. It's pretty much just a generic comic book movie. We do get some interesting stuff with Freddy. Finds a girl, I think her name's Anne or something. But yeah, they have like one or two scenes where they're like being all flirty with each other, and then after that, she completely changes teams. Like, this girl's supposed to be like a fucking villain. And then after like two scenes of knowing Freddy, she's like, "Oh yeah, I don't want to fuck with these bitches anymore. I've completely changed my mind. Maybe humans aren't so bad." Like, really? You've been alive, what, like 6,000 years? She says 600, 6,000, something like that. And Freddy's the one who changes her mind after all those years? Okay, whatever. You guys know each other for like 10 minutes, but whatever. How is the humor in this movie? Well, there's actually some good jokes. One of my favorite scenes in the movie is the one where they're having to write the letter. Yeah, the marketing's so bad, they actually already spoiled that a couple of days ago. They released a clip showing that very scene, so, I guess they got desperate. I don't know, but yeah, that was one of my favorite scenes in the movie. I thought it was pretty funny. I mean, I didn't laugh really, but I thought it was cute and funny. Besides that, the rest of the humor just wasn't very funny to me. It felt like kind of PG Deadpool, is the way I'd put it. Just kind of just random and sort of meta humor here and there. Like, there's a scene where they're kind of making fun of the whole headless Justice League member thing that they did in the last movie. Only they do it this time with Wonder Woman, and it's in Shazam's dream. That kind of stuff where it gets kind of like meta. But yes, I really enjoyed the Shazam family for the one scene we got them. The Shazam family doesn't really work together for like the rest of the film. Like, they have one scene together where they're like kicking ass and having a family action scene, and then after that, it's just like they kind of split up. Like, Freddy and Billy, they had such great chemistry in the first one. So whose bright idea was it to separate them for this film? Because Freddy spends like majority of this movie in a cage or swimming over this girl he meets at school. So we don't get many scenes with Billy and Freddy, which is kind of disappointing. Like I said, they kind of carried the first Shazam movie, so huge weakness in this movie. Oh, and can we talk about that Wonder Woman scene? I'm sure that's what you all have been thinking about. It's so fucking cringy because she just comes out of fucking nowhere. Like, Billy dies, right? And it's all emotional for like the 3 minutes that it actually happened. And then Wonder Woman comes out of nowhere after the wizard says, "Yeah, too bad there's no other gods to bring Billy back." She comes out of fucking nowhere and is like, "Oh, what about me?" Or whatever it is she says. Then her music starts playing, and everyone's just like gasping, like, "Oh my god, it's Wonder Woman." Like, this is so stupid. Number one, where was Wonder Woman? Or hell, where was any of the fucking Justice League when all these monsters were completely destroying the fucking city? You telling me this shit wasn't on the news? Like, everyone was just busy that day? Where's the fucking Flash? Where's Aquaman? Where's the fucking Justice League? I know it's a complete people have with Marvel movies, but I mean, when you have a cinematic universe, you kind of gotta address things like this. Because it's kind of jarring, because it's like, I know it's Shazam's movie, but fuck. Like, you have Wonder Woman literally show up in this film to bring Shazam back, and it's like, wait, how does she even know what's going on, or where they were, or... It just made no sense at all. How the fuck does she know that Billy died, or even who he is? These characters have never interacted before. Why does she even care to bring him back? How does she know what happened? Just a lot. I have a lot of questions about that. It doesn't make much sense to me at all. Oh yeah, and the villains. I forgot all about the villains. That's how great the villains are in this film. I completely forgot to talk about them. I will send the review here. Oh yeah, the villains. Right. They're very forgettable, as you can tell. They don't matter at all. They're just Power Ranger dressed villains with weak motivation. They want the Shazam powers. It's the exact same thing that fucking Dr. Savannah wanted in the first Shazam movie. I want your powers. No. Okay, we're gonna fight. Then this movie comes. We want your powers. No. Okay, they fight. You know, it's just the same fucking shit. Like, did they even try to make it different? Because now instead of a bald guy with daddy issues, we have these old ladies come in. Lucy Liu, she seemed like fucking robotic throughout the whole film. She's basically expressionless and emotionless throughout the entire film. Her dialogue is just really bad. Everyone's dialogue isn't very good in this film. But especially the villains. They have like weak video game dialogue. We all knew they sucked though. We knew that from the fucking trailers. Yeah, besides them, I feel like everyone else gives a pretty decent performance. Zachary Levi, he's still great as Shazam. Unfortunately, we don't get young Billy very much in this film, so we just spend like most of the movie with Zachary Levi. Not a big fan of their costumes exactly, but I guess it works. All the other Shazam family are fine. Young Darla, she's pretty funny and cute in the way she has her little unicorn fantasy or whatever. Oh, that stuff was kind of adorable. I don't even think two of the other characters even got any dialogue. There was the fat kid whose neck is like twice the size of his head. I think the only dialogue he had in the movie was, "I'm gay." Yeah. And then the other guy with the glasses, I don't know what his name is. I don't remember him having any dialogue at all in the film. So yeah, they kind of got the short end of the stick when it came to the Shazam family, but it is what it is. No one was really coming for them anyway. So yeah, the movie was pretty below mid, like just a pinch below mid. Like, it's enjoyable, I guess, for a first watch, but after that, it's pretty disposable entertainment. Once you watch this shit, you're not going to want to go back to it, more than likely, because there's nothing else to go for. It's a pretty forgettable film. If you've seen any comic book movie in the past 10 years, you've already seen this movie. Like, the ending felt so much like Avengers when they defeat the bad guy. Well, I guess when Billy defeats the bad guy. And then all the bad guys just kind of disappear. They vanish away all magically. All the minions just, whoop, I'm out of here. Like, okay. This is just so fucking generic. They're just copying everything, aren't they? But yeah, that's my thoughts on Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Overall, it's not as awful as I expected it to be. I expected it to be more Ant-Man 3 level of bad. But it's just a little above those. It's better than Black Adam, better than Ant-Man 3. It's probably better than Morbius. I don't know. I didn't watch that movie. So I guess it got that going for it. So far, it's the best superhero movie of the year. Even though it's literally the second one that's released this year, but you get my point. So with that being said, what did you guys think about Shazam 2? Did you think it was mid? Did you think it was better than the first one? Or are you just not going to watch it at all? Let me know down in the comment section down below what you think.